Hey guys, NWO Reverend 96 here, doing my first video game collection redo video. I'm going to start with my Xbox 360 collection. The first video I did for my collection was probably back in 2014 or 2013. I don't remember the exact date, but it was a long time ago, so I figured I would do an updated one since I've updated my collection since then. And I moved into a new house, so I figured why not start doing some YouTube videos again. Um, Anyway, let's get started here. I originally wanted to do this video, by the way, with me in it, but I don't look the best right now because I've had a long day at work and my hair's all messy, so I figure we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Anyway, I'm going to start here. We have Alan Wake. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, by the way. The first Assassin's Creed. I do want to play some of the other ones, but I just haven't had a chance because I've been playing so many other games. I especially want to play Black Flag because that one looks really good. And everyone tells me the second one's good too. But I'll get to it at some point. Batman Arkham Asylum. Love this game. As do I love its sequel, Arkham City. Probably one of the best superhero games ever made. And then the not so fondly remembered, but I still think it's decent, Batman Arkham Origins, which is the prequel game to those. Now this game right here, I actually have not played because I got it at a Goodwill store earlier this year actually, and I haven't popped it in yet, but it's the first Battlefield game I've ever owned, and it was $3, so I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. But a game that I have played, the original BioShock. Love this game. Amazing. And I like its sequel, too. It's more of the same, but BioShock 2. And BioShock Infinite. I actually like the first game better. Everybody says this is probably the best game in the series, but I disagree. I still like it, but I personally disagree. I think the first game is better. This one's a little high on itself in terms of its story and everything. I mean, the gameplay is great, but that's a whole nother video, so talk about that later. The Bigs 2, kind of an arcadey baseball game. I love this series, Borderlands. This is the original. A lot of hours into that game. Its sequel, Borderlands 2, which is, a lot of people say is better than the first one. I'd say it's on par with the first one. Maybe a little better in some areas, but I like them both about the same. And then the pre-sequel, I haven't really played this game, but my wife has. And, you know, it's okay, but it's not the best Borderlands game. Let's see, this was a newer game I didn't have in my first video. Bulletstorm Epic Edition, which means I guess it has all the DLC. I got this at GameStop a few years ago. They were doing a deal where you got like 4 games for $10. Brutal Legends. This is made by some of the people who did the Monkey Island games, and you can tell by the humor in it. Oh yeah, Tim Schafer right there. But yeah, I enjoy this game. Launch title, Call of Duty 2, although this is the Platinum Hits Edition. I'm not that into the Call of Duty games, but, you know, they were cheap, so I figured I'd get them. Although I did like Call of Duty 4 a lot. The first Modern Warfare. And I liked World at War because it was the first one that had the zombies mode. I thought it was pretty fun. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And probably right now you're saying, wow, for a guy who's not all that into Call of Duty, he has a lot of the Call of Duty games. Like I said before, I got them on the cheap, so I figured, you know, they're good pick up and play games. So Call of Duty Black Ops is actually really good too. I like its zombie mode. You'll have to excuse my finger, by the way, I cut it last night. But yeah, I like this one a lot. And then we have, sorry, that was out of order. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I figured I'd get it just to complete the trifecta. But, you know, it's Call of Duty. It's pretty much the same as the other ones. And then this one I haven't played yet because I actually got it at a launch sale earlier this year. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for $5. I couldn't say no to that price, but I haven't played it yet, so. And the original Get Good game, Dark Souls. I'm okay at it, but I'm not that into the series all that much. Although I do like this game. It's got some nice graphics, music, and well, art design, so it's pretty good. I don't have any of the other games, but I do have Bloodborne for my PS4, which I'll get to that when I do those games. Dead Rising, the original. Good zombie game. Really good survival horror game, Dead Space. It's basically Resident Evil in space. Actually, it reminds me a lot of that movie, what is it, Event Horizon, yeah. With all the gore and everything. Except it's better than the movie. And then its sequel, Dead Space 2, which is pretty good. Dishonored. It's a good little stealth game. And this is a series I really like. And I think I like the first game the best in it, though. Dragon Age Origins, to be specific. I also have Dragon Age Awakening, too. I downloaded that, though. I don't have the physical copy. But I really love this game. I've played this game through like 5 or 6 times with different characters. Lots of fun. And then it's less than stellar, but still somewhat decent sequel, Dragon Age 2. My problem with this game, it kind of took the customization of your character out of it. You kind of play as, I mean, you can choose a different class, but you're like the same character in terms of name and everything. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I like this game, but it's not my favorite of the Elder Scrolls. That probably would be the next game here, Skyrim. It just took everything about Oblivion and improved it. I don't know how many hours I have logged into that one, but it's a lot. Oh, and a game that I skipped before, too, before I forget. Condemned Criminal Origins. This was a launch title. Kind of another survival horror game, but it's really good. I'm sorry I skipped it. Fallout 3. The game that brought Fallout kind of to the mainstream. I'm a huge fan of the original ones that were on PC with the isometric view. But I really like this game, too. However, I prefer its sequel over it, which would be Fallout New Vegas. I think this one honors the first 2 games a little bit more in terms of its style, in terms of its location, because it takes place out west again. And it actually uses a lot of music tracks from the first game, which I appreciate a lot, being a big fan of those and all. Okay, and then next up I've got Gears of War, which was inspired by Resident Evil in terms of third-person over-the-shoulder shooter. You know, it's your typical Space Marine game, you know. A lot of people love these games. I like them, but they're not my favorite. And I have the sequel too, Gears of War 2, which actually I used to have a digital copy, but I actually got the physical copy this year at the same place I got Battlefield Bad Company 2. Now, Grand Theft Auto 5, on the other hand, I love this game. In fact, I hate to admit this, but this is a game that kind of got me into the Grand Theft Auto series, because I really wasn't into it before. But then I played this, I took a shot at it, and I loved it. And I ended up getting all the other Grand Theft Auto games for PS2. I still don't have Grand Theft Auto 4, though. But I got Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas on the PS2 because of that. All right. Now another series that I'm not all that into, but I have a lot of games for it. Halo 3. This was the game that was a big deal for the 360 when it came out. It came out the year I got married, actually. So Halo 3 ODST. This one's really good, Halo Reach. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the Halo series, but this one was really good. And then, I haven't played it yet, Halo 4. And you can see that the Halo games, they're kind of, the cases, you might not notice, are kind of in rough shape. Because, like I said, I got these also at Goodwill. And they were like between $3 and $5 a piece. I don't remember which one was which. Okay, where are we? I have Hitman Blood Money. It's the only game I have in the Hitman series. Never really got into the series itself, but this isn't a bad game. LA Noire. A lot of people would think, oh, it's Rockstar, so it's Grand Theft Auto in the 1940s. But really, no, it's not. It's a lot more involved in terms of being a detective and finding clues. I enjoyed it a lot when I got it, actually. Ooh, more zombie games. Left 4 Dead, the original. Left 4 Dead 2. And then Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This is the original one, not the Ultimate, which kind of pissed me off a little bit because they released it 6 months after the original. I wish it was a DLC option for people who already owned this, but I still really like this game. I love the Marvel vs. Capcom series. And then I have Marvel Ultimate Alliance. The first one. I don't have the second one. This is a pretty good game. It's nice, kind of over the head adventure game with the Marvel characters. And I love Marvel, so can't go wrong there. Mass Effect, the original. The best game in the series, Mass Effect 2. So many hours put into this game. In fact, a lot of nights I would stay up late. My wife would go to bed and I would try to finish all the companion missions. And then the collector's edition of everyone's favorite, Mass Effect 3. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The game is good, but the ending is where it falls apart. The game is good, ending is bad. Although they did try to fix it with a DLC, so I appreciate that. Mirror's Edge. Pretty good game. A lot of parkour in it. Mortal Kombat. Love this game. I love the fact that it kind of goes back to the original 3 as opposed to what they were doing in some of the later ones for like the PS2 and Xbox. Naughty Bear. Kind of a fun time waster. You play a psychotic teddy bear killing other teddy bears. Game of the year right here. Best game ever. No, the game itself, it doesn't control that great, but I just love the concept of it. And then, id Software's Rage. This is the Anarchy edition, so I think it has all the DLC. Okay, first-person shooter. I wouldn't say the greatest. And then this possibly might be my favorite game of the generation, the 7th generation, yeah, which was the 360, Wii, and PS3. Red Dead Redemption. Love this game. Love the character John Marston. Great story. Great DLC with the Undead Nightmare pack. Rockstar had another winner right here. Love it. And then the game from the Resident Evil series that gets shit on. Resident Evil 5. I don't dislike this game as much as some other people do, but I can see why people aren't fans of it. But, you know, I mean, I enjoyed it. Definitely not as much as 4 or the original ones. Oops. Alright, then I've got Resident Evil Revelations. Haven't played this one too much. It kind of takes place between 4 and 5. It's kind of a side story. And then, second contender for a worst Resident Evil game. Resident Evil 6. Once again, I think I liked 5 actually a little better than 6. Because this one, it breaks the story up into different paths with different characters, and it's okay. I mean, it's not the worst game I've ever played, but definitely not the strongest Resident Evil. And this game came with my Xbox. It's a 2-pack. It's a Sega Superstar Tennis, which I think I played once or twice. And then Xbox Live Arcade. It's a compilation of downloadable games that were out at the time, which I think was like 2008 or something. 2007, whenever I got my 360. Now, this game disappoints me a lot. Sleeping Dogs. Not for the game itself, but I just discovered the disc doesn't work in this. So I haven't had a chance to play it. But I've heard good things about it, so I can't poo-poo the game. It's the disc. Sonic Generations, which kind of combines all the different Sonic games that have come out over the years. This one's pretty fun. Nice update to Sonic. And then my wife got this for me. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. It's got, I don't remember how many are on here, but I'm trying to see if it says on the back here, but over 40 classic titles. Yeah, Sega Genesis games. Star Wars Soulcalibur, also known as Soulcalibur 4. And the 360 version has Yoda, but you can also download Darth Vader too, which is pretty cool. And I do like the Soulcalibur series a lot. Now I think they're up to 6 now, and I haven't really played beyond. I haven't played beyond 4, so. But I do like the early games, especially Soulcalibur 2. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Pretty good Star Wars game. Pre-Disney Star Wars era. 2009's Wolfenstein. This was a game I picked up at GameStop, which was part of the buy 4 for $10. But it's not bad. I mean, I think it's a little glitchy, though. Sometimes it kind of pauses sometimes and then freezes. But when it actually works, it actually isn't half bad. It's definitely not the best Wolfenstein game. New Order's a lot better. And the last 3 physical games I have are WWE games. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I got that one on the cheap. This is the only one I bought new when it came out. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. This one's a good game, despite the fact that the WWE wasn't at its strongest point. But the game itself wasn't bad. And then, I think this one's my favorite right here, WWE 2K14, because it has the 30 Years of WrestleMania mode, where you can unlock a bunch of Hall of Famers and other classic wrestlers. I put a lot of time into this one. In fact, I got this one actually just last year during the pandemic, and since I had a lot of downtime, I couldn't go anywhere. I played it a lot and finished the story WrestleMania mode. So yeah, those are my physical copies. However, we're not quite done yet, because I also have some digital games, and I have my 360. Oops, sorry there for the glare. And I have a few digital games here. I'm just going to zoom in here. There we go. Alright, so on the digital side, I have Beyond Good and Evil. I think I played it a couple times. The arcade version, well, no, not the arcade version. This is Bobble Neo. Castlevania Lords of Shadow, which is okay. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This is one of 3 versions of the game that I actually own. I have it on PS4 with the 2-pack with Rondo of Blood, and I also have the original PS1 disc. Pretty cool. The arcade version of Contra. Crazy Taxi. Dead Island, Dead Rising 2 Case Zero, and I also have Dead Rising 2, but I don't have it on my hard drive right now. Oops. And then we have Deus Ex Human Revolution. I really like that game, actually. I don't play it enough. I got this game for my wife, Brave. She really liked the movie, so it's a cute little game. And then I've got Doom 1 and Doom 2. And that's just Dragon Age 2 because I have it installed on my hard drive, but I have to have the disc to play it. Duke Nukem 3D. And then some of these, I don't know why they don't show the pictures anymore, but Earthworm Jim HD. And that's Fallout 3 just because I have the disc in there. And New Vegas I have installed on the hard drive. Far Cry Blood Dragon. This game is a tribute to 80s action movies, and I love it. Feeding Frenzy, I think that's a demo. Final Fight Double Impact, which is... It's kind of a two-pack. It's Final Fight and Magic Sword, two Capcom arcade games. The Force Unleashed 2, sequel to The Force Unleashed. Inferior sequel, I should say. The arcade version of Galaga. This is that game room thing they were doing where you could like buy arcade machines and make your own arcade, but I didn't really get into it. I gave it a try, but Guardian Heroes, which is actually a port of a Sega Saturn game that's very expensive and hard to get. You can't see it, but that's the original Halo, a digital copy of it. The puzzle game Hexix. I made a game with zombies in it. This is kind of a dual-stick shooter, top-down, kind of like Smash TV. And it only cost $1. I don't even know if it's up anymore. I don't know if you can still get it, but I love this game. It's a nice pick up and play. Limbo. I like the art style in that game. Monkey Island 2 Special Edition and The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition. I love these games. I used to play the originals on DOS when I was younger, and so it's nice to have an updated version of those. Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. It's basically Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. The arcade versions. Pretty cool. Miss Pac-Man. Nights into Dreams, which is a port of that Sega Saturn game. The Overscan Sniper, which is a free download. It's to see if your TV's overscan is on or not. It's kind of interesting. The original Pac-Man. Peggle, which actually is really fun.